Hey, man, listen. Like I told the D-line, it's an opportunity to be out here, man. Don't take a snap for granted. Let's go. Gang on me, gang on 3. 1, 2, 3.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Las Vegas Raiders fans are killing me these days. They're calling the game against the Carolina Panthers a trap game. Really? What the hell have the Raiders done? I get it that they beat the Baltimore Ravens, but that's just one game, and they were the trap game for them. It was a great win for the Raiders, but don't get too high on it. They're only one loss away from the same people saying Mark Davis needs to sell the team again. The Raiders are number 26 in the NFL.com power rankings, so if they lose the game, they just lost it. They haven't earned the right to say anyone's a trap game yet. Now, to prevent themselves from losing to the Panthers, they're going to have to tighten some things up on both sides of the ball. However, this video is about the Raider defense. They've played okay on defense so far this year, but they need to cut down on the big mistakes they're making. Those mistakes already cost them the game in week 1, so we don't need to see them again. But otherwise, here are the matchups between the Panthers and the Raiders. Mistakes notwithstanding, they look pretty favorable for the Raiders. One thing the Panther offense looks like they can do pretty well is run the football. I don't know if it's Chuba, Shuba, but his last name's Hubbard. And it looks like he's their main guy carrying the football. He got going pretty well there against the Los Angeles Chargers. Watch this, he's going to cut back, jump over a guy. He looks like he has something to him. He actually looks like their best offensive player. As you saw there, he can get into the secondary. Runs like this are why I have concerns about him playing against the Raiders on Sunday. I'm not worried about him controlling the game. Raider middle linebacker Robert Spillane's going to keep him from doing that. If you run at him, he'll tackle your guard and your running back. He can also shoot downhill before an offensive lineman gets a chance to block him. And he can go sideline to sideline. And he won't be alone. He'll have an edge rusher Max Crosby with him. Crosby plays the run well. Oh, gotcha. Interior defensive lineman Christian Wilkins is going to make some plays. And of course, there'll be times they make plays together. So again, I'm not worried about Hubbard controlling the game. But I am worried about him breaking off a few long runs because of mistakes like this. Safety Marcus Epps is tangled up with one of his defensive linemen, so he's not in his gap. So he's out the gate there. Then fellow safety Trayvon Merrick makes a poor attempt to make the tackle, and you know what happens after that. Chargers running back J.K. Dobbins is gone until Nate Hobbs hawks him. Then there's linebacker Divine Diablo. I would love to ask him what he's thinking and what he's doing there. Why isn't he in the gap Dobbins is running through? I also want to know why he's squaring up on a guard that's double teaming a nose tackle. Then I'd want to ask Marcus Epps what he's doing trying to fill gaps in the line of scrimmage when he needs a free safety on the play. He wasn't even running toward the right gap, and it cost the Raiders a big run here. And Dobbins is going to get hawked by Hobbs again. Here we are with Diablo again. Now what I would ask Diablo here is, was there some type of delayed blitz called, or did you just think you saw something? He has no business in there like that on an outside run. And boy, the Raiders gonna pay for it on this play. Now here we go again with Epps. A lot of people don't want to tackle Derrick Henry though. Either way, this is the kind of stuff that can't happen if the Raiders want to win this one. Now, pass blocking, they're not as good as the Chargers or the Ravens, but they're alright. Right tackle Taylor Bogan gives up this sack to Joey Bosa here, but he hung in there. Now Khalil Mack's on his side, and he gives him the push-pull. I thought he did a good job handling the spin move here though. Here I thought quarterback Bryce Young should have climbed the pocket. And left tackle Ikem Ekwonu was alright. He gave up a couple of quarterback hits but no sacks. Young got chased around by the Saints, but none of their defensive linemen had any sacks. All the Saints sacks came from linebackers and corners on blitzes. As a matter of fact, Bosa is the only defensive lineman that has a sack against them. And of course, the Raiders are coming in with Crosby. Here they get him loose on a stunt. And here comes another one. And of course, he could beat a tackle for a sack too. The Panthers also have to worry about Wilkins. This would have been his first sack of the season if that were anyone but Lamar Jackson at quarterback. Oh, and the Raiders have two on the interior that can put heat on the quarterback. Adam Butler's a factor too, as he chases Jackson into Crosby, and Crosby can't quite close the deal, but I'll take the incompletion. Most of the heat opposing teams have been able to put on the Panthers comes by way of blitzing. There you just saw the blown pickup by the running back, and Denzel Perryman's gonna get him. Stay hydrated. Here they're bringing somebody from the secondary again. When the defense brings more than you can block, that's on the quarterback to get rid of it. Young will learn though. Raider defensive coordinator Patrick Graham isn't averse to blitzing himself. There goes Robert Spillane. He's bringing him again here. And here he's going to chase Jackson around a little bit. And on this one, he's going to bat a pass down. From what I see, the real trouble is the Panthers receivers. Here Young's rolling out and everyone's locked up, so he has to try to run. I guess the Panthers brought Adam Thielen over to do something, but he wasn't getting open. None of the receivers are getting open. That's the problem. Young's out there holding on to the ball because no one's getting open. Here they're going to try to see if they can get it deep to Jonathan Mingo. And nope, he's covered. So far this year, the only way they got a completion down the field is setting a pick for Thielen. And And guess what? Coverage has been a strength for the Raiders so far this year. The Chargers are trying to get Jacorian Bennett deep here. And here, the Ravens are going to try to get him deep. The NFL is testing Bennett this year. They don't want that work from Jack Jones too much. He didn't intercept the pass here, but his deflection led to it. Now watch Jones close on this one. He's not letting anyone catch anything. You catch a ball on him, you earned it. Now watch him close on this one. He's an off-man master. And Hobbs, the slot corner, they don't mess with him very often. When they do, this happens. Please, no more about trap games. The Raiders should definitely win this game, but they're not good enough to say any team is a trap game. It's too early in the season for trap games anyway. The Raiders are 1-1 with a chance to go 2-1, so they're not going to fall asleep at the wheel now. The matchup to me looks favorable. The Panthers' offensive line is okay pass blocking, while the Raider defensive line can rush the passer really well, even with Malcolm Kuntz out. Andy Dalton will probably get the ball out quicker than Youngin. He's more likely to beat the blitz, but who's he going to throw to? The thing I fear is their running game. Actually, it's the Raiders making mistakes against the run that I fear. Thank you for watching. See you next time.